Hi there, I'm Nick Georgia from Antelope Audio. I'm visiting today Steve Mack at his studio in Brighton. Steve is going to show us his brand new setup with 128 channels of inputs and outputs that consists of 4 Antelope interfaces. And he's going to talk us a little bit about his work on the latest Trainspotting musical and some of the awesome projects he's been working on.
Hi, my name is Steve Mack. We're in my studio in Brighton, and today I'm going to explain to you how I'm using my studio and my system and how I record and produce music using my new Antelope setup, which consists of 2 of the latest Antelope Orion 32 Generation 4s. I also have a Generation 3 and a Generation 1, which gives me 128 channels in and out of one Thunderbolt cable. And that's all clocked by the Antelope 10MX clock, which I installed this year, which is just sort of blown my mind. I can't believe I didn't jump on this technology a little bit.
You like the clock?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I found it at a different level. Everything's so clear.
How many channels did you work with before?
I actually had a set up of 64 channels, which was the Orion Generation 3 and a Generation 1, which was my first one. I got the Generation 1 when they first came out. I needed more channels because I have a lot of equipment. I used to have a big analog mixing console in here. It was an MCI JH500 that actually belonged to John Entwistle from The Who. When he passed away, they sold his estate, and I bought the desk, and it sounded beautiful, but the maintenance was a nightmare. I always had someone in here fixing channels all the time. In this day and age, we need to be able to recall mixes because you know, if you're doing mix downs for record companies, say whatever, or you've done a production, and they go, oh right, we want the vocal a dB louder. Then suddenly you've got this patch bay and this console, and if you've moved it, you've got to repatch, and it was just a nightmare. So it was, for me, how do I get the analog sound of this console without using a console? So I did, I went in the box for a bit and stopped using all my gear. I was using plugins. I'd done it for about 6 months and I didn't like it. I wasn't getting the sound I wanted. I mean, I've got friends that do it and they make it amazing sounding records, but maybe where I've been trained to use all this stuff over the last 30 years, I couldn't get my head around it.
You've got a workflow already, you know how to get that sound that you're after.
Yes.
The only issue is you can get back pain from like recalling the console. Like I used to have that, you know.
Yeah, it's true. You're always bending over.
Never the same sound, never the same session.
Yeah,
regardless how accurately recall it, you know, it's always different.
It's even the next morning you come in, it sounds different because of the temperature of the. It was just insane. I loved it, but I did not like the workflow. It was too much work, and I had to get in the modern world as well. So my thing was, how do I do that? By working kind of in the box. When the Orion converters came out, it gave me that option that I can. Obviously, I started out with 32 channels, so it's like, you know, you can have sort of 16 stereo processors. So still using a lot of patch bays and moving stuff around. Now, jump into 2024, I've got 128 channels in and out.
That's a little too much, isn't it?
No, it's great. Yeah, so you can see over here, this is like a selection of my outboard gear. This is, you know, some of it. I've got other stuff as well. But all these compressors, effect units here, over here, the pedal boards, space echoes and stuff, is they're all now hardwired to the conversion system down here. So how I've got it connected, I've got three converters here and the clock. So that's 96 channels I've got over here. Over here I've got another converter, which I'm using as the master converter, where this goes to a summing mixer as well, which is the Cappy, so it's 16 channels on there. And also it's got 16 inputs, which come to my synths over here. So I can literally just call any of these synths up as a plugin, and it instantly works with the MIDI and the audio. I do have the synths on a patch bay down here on a parallel. So if I had, I don't know, SH101 playing, I could just go there and I could insert a pedal or something. I could just pick up, I don't know, like a tube screamer, which was always good. This is always good on a 303. So I could just loop it in to the patch bay there and record it. But what I also do, I've got a couple of vintage Neve preamps here, and these are super rare ones. They're 1085s, so similar to 1084s frequency wise, but they're stepped, which is fantastic.
Oh, so gain, frequency, everything stepped on these.
Everything's stepped. So I think the reason being the 1085s, they were used for film studios. So where they were dubbing, it was like in dark rooms, so they could easily recall. So what I've done, I've got a box down here, and it's a pad transformer conversion. So what it does, I can record into the mic input instead of the line, and it uses different transformers, so it sounds phenomenal. So what I do usually with the synths, if I'm recording, I mean, I've got some lovely stuff down here, like a Oberheim 4-voice, a CS80, which you don't see in many studios, but I can, where they're connected here, I can just run a cable into there, into my DI box, which is down there, and go straight into the computer using the Neves, which I pretty much use everything to record in through them.
Pretty much everything goes through the Neve.
Yeah, it's
through
like
the mic inputs, always through the mic.
Yeah, the mic inputs,
so
to get that, and it's and you can really push them as well for the distortion. It's quite a sound. It's lovely, and of course, if we're doing any sort of guitar recording, vocals, everything, it all goes through them. Where everything goes through them. Once it's in there, it's in there. And of course now, what I really noticed with the 10MX clock, it's capturing the audio so much cleaner, and it's tighter. We did some A/B tests with just standard clocks. Then I had another clocking system, and we did a load of recordings and just A/B'd them, and I could not believe the difference. So for me, it's like now, having this system, it's like having my analog console back without the console. Because I was in two minds before I got the clock. I was like, right, maybe I should get like another, like, but smaller mixer, like a summing mixer with insert points on every channel, and then so the whole chains would be completely analog. But it was like a hell of a task to do it, because there's a lot of wiring involved in doing that. And then plus, if your channels are, if you're hardwiring, the channels are quite committed to that thing, so you can't move them around. With all of this, all the compressors, I can actually pull them up. I'll show you on here. For instance, let's open like an insert point here, and I can go to this list here, and look, I've got my DBX 160 VU, bang, and that'll bring up these here. It's simple, and like I've already got them pinged as well, so it's all in time. It's all Loctite. I mean, I'm a Logic user. I think I mainly use Logic because I've been using it for so many years, I just know it like the back of my hand, pluck. But it's really good with MIDI stuff. Like I do like use a lot of synths, drum machines. I like to use a lot, so I still use 808 and 909 daily, the DMX. I've got my sampling drum machines over here, which is SB 1200, which is I still use all the time. MPC 3000. I have got a 2000 XL, but that's at Jazz Cat at the moment. It's been repaired, and I've got the Isla S2400, which is another one. I actually take that to my mate's record shop and sample all these records. It's really handy. So that's my sort of plug in and go drum machine.
I'm drawing over everything here. There's just so much stuff and it's so good.
Yeah, and it kind of, you know, I can send a sync signal from there, and this goes to the Circon sequencer, which then sends a DIN sync out to like 808, 909, the 303s, 606. So it's all pretty rock solid. And actually I've sort of programmed the drums for, say, the drum tracks and the DMX. I program them in here because it's a super tight sequencer that works really well. And of course, yeah, there's just like System 15 and a lot of modular.
So actually everything is connected at all times.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything. Like sometimes you might touch a pedal or something like that, something
yeah.
voltage or something, but generally everything's already hard patched.
Yeah.
And you're not using a patch bay.
Not really, no.
So do you do everything inside the control panel of the Orions, and do you
Yeah.
do much there?
So basically, the control panel in the Orion, with 128 channels, it was quite complicated. I was like, right, okay, how do I do this? So, of course, we did the screen viewer thing, and Pav helped me set it up, and it's made my workflow so much faster. I'm just on it, and of course, the only difference is, I mean, I have to print all the effects and everything, and it takes a little time, but do you know what? I'm getting the sound I want, so I feel like it's no time wasted, really. It's super fast for me, and we set this whole system up this year in, I think it was February, when I moved it up to 128 and put the clock in, and since then I've worked on so many records. It's ridiculous. It's like super fast. I'm really enjoying the way it's set up now, and it's just easy and fun. I'm having a lot of fun again.